Thank you very much for coming on Sunday evening. We could be doing so many other things, but we chose to come and try to revive our for longer period of time. For longer period of time. So something to ponder upon. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Kalachandji Radha Kalachandji Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Gurudev, Jaya Jaya. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रचार्य तत्शिल एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रचार्य शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरदास ठाकुर की. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Radhanath Swami Niti Namane. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Tamal Krishna Goswami Niti Namane. Thank you very much everybody for coming, and please give your blessings so that I may say something which will bring us closer to the Lord and help us in our journey. Few days from now is Dashara, when Lord Ram, he kills Ravana. So I thought we'll start developing the mood, because in coming time we will also have Diwali coming. So by thinking and meditating on the Lord's pastimes, we'll try to appreciate what all He and His representatives are doing to uplift us in our life. And the verse on the board is actually from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's not from Ramayan. And I'll try to explain in coming time why we are reading from this. Please repeat if you are able to. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya, chapter 20, verse 52. Nagani apana dukkha. Sabe vanchitanra sukha. Tanra sukha. Tanra sukha amara tatparya. Sukha amara tatparya. Moreya didiya dukkha. Tanra haila mahasukha. Say dukkha mora sukha varya. Hare Krishna. Translation. I do not mind my personal distress. I only wish for the happiness of Krishna. For his happiness is the goal of my life. However, if he feels great happiness in giving me distress, that distress is the best of my happiness. Purport. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that a devotee does not care about his own happiness and distress. He is simply interested in seeing that Krishna is happy. And for that purpose he engages in various activities. A pure devotee has no way of sensing happiness except by seeing that Krishna is happy. And Krishna is happy in every respect. If Krishna becomes happy by giving him distress, such a devotee accepts that unhappiness as the greatest of all happiness. Those who are materialistic, however, who are very proud of material wealth and have no spiritual knowledge, like the Prakritya Sahajiyas, regard their own happiness as the aim of life. Some of these aspire to enjoy themselves by sharing the happiness of Krishna. This is the mentality of a fruitive workers who want to enjoy sense gratification by making a show of service to Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshururmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. So as I said, we might be wondering why we are reading this verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. It is said that Bhagavad Gita is the schooling of Krishna consciousness or spiritual life. Srimad Bhagavatam is the graduation, and Chaitanya Charitamrita is the post-graduation of spiritual life. And this verse, this chapter is the last chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, and this verse almost comes in the end. And this verse is spoken by actually Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself in the mood of Radharani. So this is the mood of the topmost devotee of the Lord. We are not there yet, and we should not imitate. But we should try to learn and take inspiration from such devotees. And Ramayan is about Lord Ram, is about Mother Sita, and all the several devotees of Lord who exemplify such mood. So with this background, we'll try to understand some of the characters of Ramayan. What they went through, what was their consciousness, and how they behaved in trying circumstances. And the first person, okay, before going that, like Lord's stories are incomplete without the stories of his devotees. Like the story of Lord Nrsingadev, we cannot glorify Lord Nrsingadev unless we glorify Prahlad Maharaj. We cannot glorify Lord Ram unless we glorify Hanuman. Yes, so he is also one of the devotee which we will be discussing. But to begin with, we'll start with Bharat Maharaj. So he is the brother of Lord Ram. And while he was away, he was not in Ayodhya. His mother, Kekai, because of the influence of mantra. You all know everything, so very nice. Thank you. So under the influence of mantra, she did a conspiracy. She took 2 boons from Dashrath Maharaj. Number 1, please make Bharat as the king of Ayodhya instead of Lord Ram. And the second boon, please send Lord Ram to forest for 14 years for exile. So we can imagine, the power of bad association. If there is one bad apple, the whole basket can go bad. So we should choose our association very consciously, whom we associate with. Association is at different levels. We are working with our colleagues. We are just working together. But then there is association where we start sharing our heart. So with whom we are sharing our heart, it's very, very important. Because a good person will give us good guidance, and an envious person, ill-motivated person can take us on a wrong path. So taking good association is very, very important. So Bharat was not part of the conspiracy, but because he was being made as the king, he rejected, he did not want to. He followed Lord Ram to bring him back. But Lord Ram, he said, no, we have to keep the promise, the words of our father. Pran jai par vachan na jai. We can lose our life, but we cannot tell a lie. Or if we have given a promise, we will do whatever it takes to keep our promise. So Lord Ram, he sends Bharat back and he says, you please go and serve as a king. And Bharat, he goes back to Ayodhya. And it's not easy to serve in the climate of misunderstanding, of mistrust, where all the citizens of Ayodhya, all the family members, or most of the family members are thinking that Bharat, he is partner, like he is part of the conspiracy as well, along with Kekai. But he was not. So what he did, he came to Ayodhya. He put the padukas, which were given by Lord Ram, on the throne, and he served as a king, as a representative of Lord Ram. Even though he was the king, but his internal mood was, he is the representative of Lord Ram, serving as the king to follow the orders given by Lord Ram. So that was his internal consciousness. It's not easy, when opulence, position, name, fame is given to us, and our lower nature, our conditionings, it pull us down, and we can get attached to that position, and we may start doing things which are not expected out of a person with good character. So that was Bharat. He served as a king, as a service to the Lord. So his mood was service, not enjoyment. And that was the mood we read. That is the mood of a devotee. The second person we'll discuss is Lakshman. Like he is, wherever the Lord is, he is the expansion of Anant Shesh. Wherever the Lord is, Lakshman will follow. So when Lord Ram, he went to the forest, Mother Sita followed. Actually Lord Ram told Mother Sita, you please stay. Only I have to go. No one else need to go. And Mother Sita, she quote unquote chastised Lord Ram. So it's not that in the Vedic culture the women cannot speak. She has the authority. She has the power. So she chastised Lord Ram and she said, you married me and you promised me that I promised to my father that wherever you will go, I'll follow. And I am daughter of Janak Maharaj and he is one of the Mahajans. And she followed Lord Ram. So she went along with Lord Ram to the forest. And Lakshman followed along. And then, being in the forest, after several days, an incident happened. A deer came, very, very charming, very beautiful, and the deer enticed the heart of Mother Sita. And she became so attached that she told Lord Ram, please go and get that deer for me. And Lord Ram, he said, she has not asked me anything. And because of me, Mother Sita, she has, our mother, not Lord Ram's, that Sita, she had to go through so much. She sacrificed so much. So at least something what I can do is get this deer for Sita. Lakshman warned, this deer is not a real deer. This is a demon. So please be careful. But Mother Sita, she corrected Lakshman and she said, no, you are being too cautious and you are thinking too much. It's a simple deer and I want this deer. So Lord Ram, he eventually goes, follows the deer. And in the end, when Lord Ram shoots the deer, because he tried to catch but he could not catch. And in the end, Lord Ram, he decides he will shoot an arrow and he'll kill the deer. Then the original form of deer, in the form of Marichi, the demon, he came in his original form and he shouted in the voice of Lord Ram, Hey Ram, Hey Lakshman, Hey Sita. So he called out for help. And then Mother Sita, out of concern, she tells Lakshman, please go immediately and help Lord Ram. And Lakshman says, nothing can happen to Lord Ram. So there is a conflict between two pure devotees of the Lord. One is concerned about the Lord out of love, and the second one is confident about the power of Lord, that nothing can happen to the Lord. So sometimes it happens, our parents, especially if they are little elderly, I don't know, maybe everybody or somebody, that they might argue with each other. They might fight in front of the children. So it might be little immature for the child to start taking sides. Dad, you are wrong. Mom is right. Or mom, you are wrong. Dad is right. Because we may not be able to understand. They have years long of relationship. Again, I'm not saying for all scenarios. Certain times, yes, certain things needs to be corrected and taken care of. But the point here is that sometimes an immature child can misjudge and start taking sides. Similarly, when two senior devotees, two advanced devotees are fighting or having an argument, we should be very, very cautious before we start taking sides, because we will misjudge them. Even if we have a concern, it's better to take guidance of another senior devotee who is, you can say, equal in age, in advancement, in Krishna consciousness, so that they can guide properly. So that conflict between Lakshman and Sita was a conflict of concern and confidence. And things like that can happen. And then Sita, after hearing all the arguments of Lakshman, she started saying things which were too harsh. She said to Lakshman, looks like you have some hidden agenda. You want Lord Ram to die, and actually you want to possess me. So something to learn. When a person is too emotional, too much aggrieved, if something comes out of that person's mouth, we should not take it as it is. We should take a pause. We should not judge that person when a person is saying something when he's angry. Similarly in relationships, if there is some argument, and if one person is saying something which is not good to hear, it's good to take a pause. And remember all the good things that person has done for us. To be very reactive can spoil the relationship. So we should not react, we should respond. And the difference is, there is a pause. Tolerate for some time, ponder upon all the good things the other person has done for us, and this way we might be able to save a relationship. And it's both the ways, both the parties should try. So Lakshman, even after being chastised, he said, this is too much now. So let me make a Lakshman Rekha, and then he goes and he finds Lord Ram. And he said, why you called out for me and Mother Sita to help? And Lord Ram explained, it was not me, it was Marichi. But why did you leave Mother Sita? I told you to be there with Sita and protect her. So sometimes that also happens. Two senior devotees will give us to instructions which does not fit together. So no matter you follow one or you follow the other, you are in a dilemma and you are in trouble. So there is no right decision. So that is life. Life is not black and white. Life is not 0 and 1. There are a lot of decimal places and indefinite decimal places. And Ramayan is telling us that it's not a walk in a garden, but it's a journey in a forest. In a garden, everything is so organized, right? We know where to walk, what to go, where is the entry, where is the exit, where are the flowers, where are the bushes. Everything is very organized. There is no harm. But in the forest, animals can come. There can be fruits which look very juicy but might be poison. So the real life is not like a walk in the garden. It is a journey in the forest. So we must be alert, careful, well equipped, alert, going through life. Otherwise, a small mistake can put us in a lot of trouble. So in spite of all that, what happened to Lakshman? He did not give up the service to Sita and Ram. He continued with his service even after what Mother Sita told him. So that's the character of a devotee. No matter what, no matter how challenging the circumstances, he never gives up the service to the Lord. He may take a pause, he may contemplate, he may think, but he never gives up, or she never gives up the service to the Lord in whatever little or big way. Then there are other family members. Shatrughna, the youngest one, his wife Shruti Kirti, Mandvi, wife of Bharat, Urmila, wife of Lakshman. None of them, they served the Lord directly. Lakshman, he went with Lord Ram to the forest. But Urmila, she stayed back. Lakshman went, Sita went. But all these devotees, they stayed back. So several times, while doing our service, we may not get the opportunity to serve the Lord directly. Or we may not get the opportunity to serve our spiritual master directly. But it does not mean that we cannot serve, that we cannot please. The most important aspect of the service is that it should be pleasing to the Lord. If our service, we might be on the altar, dressing Shishi Radha Kalachanji, or giving Bhagavatam class, I'm sitting here. But if the service is not performed with the right consciousness, we might be saying big things, but it might not be pleasing to the Lord. We need to do the service, but in the right way. If our service is disturbing the service of other devotees, it is not service. If our service is putting others in problems, it is not service. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said, don't try to see the Lord. Serve the Lord in such a way that He wants to see you. Service should be done in the mood of cooperation and interdependence. If our head starts saying, I am the most important, I am the decision maker, the most intelligent, I don't need the heart, the liver, the stomach, the eyes, the body will stop functioning. Similarly, our society, the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, works based on the contributions and services by so many devotees who come from so many different backgrounds, so many walks of life. And we need to work in the mood of interdependence. So that is real service. Goal is to serve the Lord. The Lord should be served. Goal is not that I should serve the Lord. I can serve the Lord when the situation, circumstances permits. But the higher principle is the Lord should be served. That is love. But sometimes if you become too possessive, we may start displeasing our spiritual master. We may start displeasing the Lord Himself. Again, I might be saying high things. It's not that I am practicing it. I am telling these all myself so that I can learn as well. So, the next devotee, Jatayu. He was old, very, very old. When he heard the help cry from Mother Sita, he immediately started flying in that direction. And then he saw Ravana. And immediately upon seeing Ravana, he knew he cannot defeat Ravana. He cannot win. But his Kshatriya spirit, and especially Sita was like a daughter to him. He was close friend of Dashrath. He could not stop himself. And he immediately, he did not think of any other plan, but he started attacking Ravana. And he gave a good fight. And at one point of time, Ravana, he really became nervous. But then he tricked Jatayu, and very quickly he killed both of his wings. And Jatayu slowly, gradually, he fell to the ground. So we heard about Marichi, and now we are hearing about Jatayu. What was the Marichi consciousness? His consciousness was, I don't want to die through the hands of Ravana. It's okay if I die through the hands of Lord Ram, because then I'll get liberated. So his priority was liberation. His priority was not service to the Lord. But what is Jatayu consciousness? No matter I die or live, I get liberated or not liberated, but protecting Sita is my service to the Lord. And even if I don't get liberated, I go to hell, but I will do my service. So this is Jatayu consciousness. So we should try more to be in Jatayu consciousness than Marichi consciousness. In the end, Lord Ram, when he came and Marich, he gave him the information in which direction Mother Sita has gone, Ravana has taken her. Marich died and Lord Ram, with his own hands, he performed the final rites for Jatayu. It's a bird, animal, and not a peacock, vulture. Vulture, right? Vulture. Right? Yes. Vulture. Generally considered not very pleasant, not treated very respectfully. But Lord Ram, he performed his final rites because he pleased the Lord. Jatayu story reminds us that sometimes the immediate results are not important. Even though he lost the battle with Ravana, and on immediate basis he lost, but in the long run he pleased the Lord. So in Krishna consciousness we should not look at the immediate results. We should always try to aspire to learn and do what is right, even though the acknowledgement or the recognition of that service may come or may not come. May come now or may come later. And then definitely we have to discuss about Hanuman. And as I was saying, Ramayan is not complete if we don't speak about Hanuman. And before going in that direction, the story of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which was developed or incorporated by Srila Prabhupada, is not complete without the story of all his disciples. His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Giriraj Maharaj, Gurudas Prabhu, Jamuna Mataji, Sham Sundar Prabhu, Malti Mataji, and so many other devotees. Jayapataka Maharaj. Please forgive if I did not say all the names. All these devotees, they are like Hanuman, and they did great sacrifices and accomplish a lot to please Srila Prabhupada. We are like squirrels. We have to do our part. When Lord Ram, he was doing the sacrifice and the ocean did not give the path, it was decided we'll make the bridge. And actually the ocean, Lord, he gave the idea, you can make a bridge, and on every stone, if you write Lord Ram, it will float on the water. So Hanumanji, he was putting big mountains, and there were squirrels who were putting little sand. But Lord Ram, he was pleased with both of their contributions, because Hanuman, he was doing his best, and the squirrel was doing his best or her best. The key is giving our best. And there is an analogy, like before making the bridge, actually Hanuman, he jumps over the ocean and he goes to Lanka. And Sita Devi, she represents bhakti. And Hanumanji represents a bhakta. And in order to get bhakti or to please Mother Bhakti, we have to cross over the ocean. And in this ocean, several temptations come, several obstacles come on the way. And Hanumanji, he got some obstacles as well on his way. The first one was the Menak mountain. Very, very beautiful golden mountain. As Hanumanji was flying, the mountain came up and said to Hanumanji, you have to come and take rest. It's a long journey. Please come and take rest. Hanumanji, he went down, touched the mountain, and he kept going forward. Mainak mountain. Thank you. Mainak mountain represents comforts, facilities, all the things which we get while we are practicing Krishna consciousness. And they can make us complacent. So definitely we have to be we have to take a very balanced approach. We should not try to imitate Hanuman and only focus on doing big things. There are so many other things which we can do. But with whatever capacity Lord has given us, we should try to give our best. But we should not go into the comfort zone. This can be a big block on our progress in Krishna consciousness. Second came the Sursa demon. And she had a boon from Brahmaji that she can, anything which flies over the ocean can be her food. So as Hanumanji was coming, she told the same to Hanuman, and she opened her mouth. And she opened her mouth 25 feet long. Hanumanji increased his size 50 feet. She opened her mouth 75, Hanumanji 100 feet. This went on for some time. And then suddenly Hanumanji, he became very small. He entered the mouth and he came out. So he was so intelligent, he kept the words of Brahmaji. He pleased the Sursa demon, but he did not give up his service. After that, he kept moving forward. So what do we learn from the Sursa demon? It is not important that if we are big or small in our service. These are external things. Somebody might be doing a service of temple president. Someone else might be doing a service of cleaning the toilets. The service is not big or small, because both the services have the potency to please the Lord. Definitely, the service of being the temple president has a lot of responsibility. Even a small mistake can be very dangerous. But still, based on the capacity, how the authorities decide, the potency is there in both the service, the potential is there in both the services to please the Lord. And that is more important. So Hanumanji, for him, it was not important if he is big or small. The next demon which came is Simhika. And she had the power that she could control anyone if she can catch the shadow of that person. So while Hanumanji was flying, his shadow was on the ocean. And as soon as, after some time, he said that he's trying to move forward, but he's stuck. And then he realizes there is some demoness who caught his shadow. And that's the reason he could not move forward. So what he did, he entered the mouth, he entered inside the Simhika, inside the body of Simhika, and came out through her stomach and killed her. And Simhika represents envy. When we see there are devotees, those who are doing very nice services, those who are doing so much for Srila Prabhupada, our nature, I'm not saying for everyone, but our nature can be, we might become envious. And that envy has to be destroyed. We cannot be respectful to our envy. It has to be destroyed because it has the power to drag us down and to choke our progress in Krishna consciousness. So similarly, there are a lot of other characters in Ramayan from whom we can learn and we can imbibe so many things and progress in our Krishna consciousness. That reminds me of another pastime of Hanumanji. Sometimes if we feel low in our life, if we are really down, remember this pastime. Hanumanji was not an ordinary devotee. He was a great devotee of Lord. But after crossing the ocean, he was looking for Mother Sita at different places. And after trying and trying and trying and trying, he could not find Mother Sita. He became despondent. He went into, in today's terminology we can say, kind of depression. He was thinking, if I go back and if I tell the devotees that I could not find Mother Sita, Lord Ram will die. If Lord Ram will die, Lakshman will die. If Lakshman will die, even Bharat will die. Everything will collapse. There was a lot at stake. So he was thinking, instead of going back and giving the news, because no news is good news, it's better that I die. This is Hanumanji. So even the strongest of men, sometimes it is said, boys don't cry. But they are also humans. They can also cry. They can also feel low. And same women as well. They are humans. They can also feel low. So he thought, it's better I will die. But then he immediately, because of his past association and all the things which he had heard, he decided, I will not give up. I will keep trying. I will try and try and try. So sometimes in life, if plan A doesn't work, there is plan B. If plan B doesn't work, there is plan C. And we can go till Z. So we should never, never, never give up in our life. How many of us, we clean our room or clean our house? Lot of us. Sometimes when it is too messy, we don't know where to start, right? It happens in my office room especially. I put too many papers here and there, and then after a few days I'll realize I don't know where to start. But then I'll start at one corner with a small paper. And then slowly one corner will become clean. It may take me hours, but then slowly, with consistent effort, the whole room is clean. That's another story. After a few days, it's again dirty, but I keep cleaning. So similarly, we should never, never give up. When Hanumanji, he looked in the direction of Ayodhya, he got hope. And then something within inspired him, and a thought came to his mind. Oh, he did not look in that garden, the Vatika, where Mother Sita was. And then he went there and eventually found Mother Sita. So Krishna consciousness is a hope-giving process. There is always a hope. We should never, never, never be hopeless. Even if we have very trying circumstances, please have some good friends, not everybody, with some good friends, devotees with whom we can share our heart and express our situation. And then through them, the Lord may guide us. We don't have to announce it to everyone, but we should have some friends with whom we can share our heart. Thank you very, very much. I was told to end by 6:15 and it's 6:16. Before the announcements, if there are any corrections or comments, please feel free. We can take one or two. Yes, Mother Nandini.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Thank you so much for your class. So sweet with all the wonderful analogies, examples of all the different pastimes. And one thing you mentioned was envy. And there's that beautiful verse in the Bhagavatam, I believe it is 5:18-9. And in that translation, it says, may there be good fortune throughout the universe. May all envious persons be pacified. May all living entities be calm by practicing bhakti yoga. For by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all be engaged in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Sri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thought of Him.
Thank you very, very much. When I heard that song from Janvi Harrison, I was so touched and I tried to memorize. So it's a verse spoken by the residents of Jambudweep, who are the descendants of Prahlad Maharaj. And in the mood of Prahlad Maharaj, they say this prayer. Swasti astu vishwasya khala prasidatam dhyayantu bhutani shivam mitodiyam manas chabadram adhokshaje. Sorry. There is, it's a very beautiful song. We should try to memorize. Thank you, Mother Nandini.
And just the other comment, you were talking about the spiritual master, and sometimes he's present and sometimes he is not. But, Vapu is the personal association of the spiritual master, and Vani is hearing. And Prabhupada said the most important thing is hearing from the spiritual master and the elevated devotees, like your good self.
Thank you. Sincerity is the most important factor. If a practitioner is sincere, no matter at what stage of Krishna consciousness that person might be, he will eventually make it, no matter if the association is Vapu or Vani. Vani is more important than Vapu. So, thank you, Madanand. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for your patience. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Radha. Shri Radha Kalachan ji ki jai.